So I want to go ahead and go over my personal kit, and this is actually one of two kits that I carry. This is a belt kit, and I actually have made all the leather stuff on here. I've made this bag. I've shown this in other videos. That's just my flint and steel kit. I made this recently, and this is actually why I'm out here and walking through the woods, is to kind of test how this feels. You know, it's wobbling around right now, but on my hip, you know, kind of behind my hip bone, it's fine. You know, it's definitely heavy, but it's down on my legs, not on my back and shoulders. What I did was I just, you know, this is made out of scrap, and then this was a duck cloth from Walmart that I stained. But, and it's full of water. You can hear the water in it. I'm pleased. I don't know that I'm going to keep it on my belt. I may actually convert this down to a smaller water bottle. But, you know, with the heat and everything, you know, all this is modular. You know, I can take all this off. I can add and take away pouches. Number one, you know, big tool is gloves. And I've got that on. You know, I made this. I bought the belt and the buckle, and these snaps kept coming undone. So I made this belt loop and added a ring to it, and then stitched it here with artificial sinew. This is a, you know, you can see I looped it around there and then folded it. I stitched it and then wrapped it with artificial sinew. I showed this knife sheath in the same video as this, and it, you know, goes on there. I carry it on the left. Like I said, my favorite knife. Why it's my favorite knife is it only cost me $8, and this knife will do just about everything you would want it to. It will chop. It will, you know, it will butcher game. That's mainly what it's for. This is kind of an 18th century / kind of medieval inspired kit. The way they carried their coin purses. This is a medieval kind of setup. But you know, this is also I was inspired by Howling Dingo and his Sporn, but also the Hidden Woodsman. No, not Hidden Woodsman. Sorry, the Affordable Woodsman from Gearwolf on this pouch. And I'm going to go into this pouch just a little bit more. These are pretty self-explanatory. They're, you know, they're just a simple knife sheath, simple water bottle deal. It's just 2 strips of leather that do this T deal and a belt loop. I've also made this. This is just a bigger version of the of this guy. I do not carry my tomahawk in this, but when I hang it up and for storage, I will put my tomahawk in that. I didn't make this. This is a tomahawk from Two Hawks here in Missouri. This was an anniversary gift. These are over $100. So my wife kind of splurged on me. I was using a $30 cold steel hawk. So if you want a tomahawk, I do recommend them, because your big survival knives weigh a ton. Now I've got my Gerber Strong on here just because I wanted to test it out and stuff, and I did a video on that here just a minute ago. But this is a lightweight knife. You know, like I said, this is not a chopper. This you know, it's not a chopper. You won't chop a tree down with that. But your big, huge survival knives that can chop and do all that stuff, this tomahawk and this old hickory knife together weigh less than most of my survival knives that I've ever had. So that's one reason I started carrying those. And because I'm more into the bushcraft stuff and I don't want to, you know, I'm going for lightweight. This is an excellent chopping tool. It's not a great splitter, but it will do the job for little stuff. The contents of the belt pouch or possibles pouch are a little cup, my fishing kit. I did a video on that. I have what they call a buddy burner. Basically, it's a pocket campfire that is melted wax. I have 2 candle wicks from Tea Light Candles, a ring of cardboard that will shoot a flame probably 8 inches and probably burn for probably a good half hour, and it's just in a small shoe polish tin. Put that back in there. And then, and this is all modular, and this is stuff that I'm still playing with. I found this at, I don't know, some little secondhand store. I don't use tobacco products. It's against my religion. But I do carry in here, I carry a wire saw, I have snare wire, and I have arrowheads that I've knapped myself. This was made out of a beer bottle bottom. No, I'm sorry. The brown one was made out of a beer bottle bottom. This was made out of an antique 7-Up bottle that had been broken. I work next to an old 7-Up bottling plant. And then that's a stone arrowhead that I knapped. I finally found a small piece of Missouri flint that I could knap into an arrowhead. I've been looking for years for a knappable deal, and I finally found one. Those are, so this is kind of a survival hunting, meat gathering tin that I also happen to throw my wire saw in. I'm not an advocate of carrying a wire saw as a, last ditch deal. You shouldn't really trust them. This is a decent one. It's a 3-strand wire, but I don't use them like conventional means. I may do a video on how to do, how I use a wire saw. I have used that one, and you can actually cut some bigger stuff with them if you make a bow saw out of them. There should be 2 key rings in there. You make a bow saw, and then when you go to cut something, you're keeping it straight. You're not bending the wire and then working it like this as you're going around, like imagine this is your tree trunk. You're not bending it like this, because it's just like taking a wire and bending it and then repeatedly bending it and it snaps. That's why they break. I have my sharpening kit, which is an Arizona sandstone and a bit of belt, and then I have a sharpening rod just to maintain the bevel on a knife. I have a ferro rod and whistle. I have a Swiss Army knife tinker. I love these things. I have a super tinker, but they all, actually this knife made all this leather here. I used the awl on it, and then a sewing kit and artificial sinew. Also a great whittling knife. I've made a lot of things out of that. I carry an Opinel that I've modified a little bit. I like this because there's, you just twist it, and then you can, sorry about the angle here. You can open it. This is a number 9. The number 6 and the number 8 are just too small for my hands. I had them as kids. And I have a compass. It's not a fancy compass, it's just an older compass, but it does work, and it works very well. It's also got a glow-in-the-dark indicator right there. And what I do with a compass is when I get out of my truck, if I'm in a new area, I check my compass real quick, see which direction the road is, and I check it periodically so that I can, get back to the road. It's not, I'm not, going to use this one for maps or anything like that. It's just to kind of go explore. I have a dry bag in the bottom of this, and I have bank line for fishing, and in the dry bag I have my lighter, I have cotton bandana, and I have several rolls of or hanks of jute twine, and an backup ferro rod, and probably a thing of Gorilla Tape. This is just, keep it dry, and I can put all my important items in there, and this is also an extra water bag. I have a length of paracord, and my shelter. This is just a larger garbage bag. Something I learned in 6th grade. We went to an outdoor camp, and even the forest fires or firefighters that were up there, they had a base nearby. They came by and kind of gave us a seminar. They even carried 2 or 3 of these because they weigh nothing, and they make great raincoats, and like that I could fill this with debris and stuff like that, make a mattress. But if I got caught in a rainstorm, I could throw this on and keep myself dry. It's also something, great for kids. You reach up, pop a hole in the corner, kind of make a hood out of it, and you're good to go. Keeps you dry, keeps you warm. You can spend the night under a tree. And I carry a deer antler tine for flint knapping. If I find something on the trail or something like that, I can knap more arrowheads or survival blades. And that is it. Show you the inside of this. I got my flap I have an interior pocket where I can put my little stuff, and then I can get into the bottom there. And I believe I had a piece of leather in there, but this oversized flap is actually, this is extra leather material, so I can cut this off and make other stuff out of it if I needed to patch a hole or something like that. I usually have a sewing kit in here too, but I took that out. You know, I can sew with the awl, I know how to do that, but I made several of these. I sent one back to my mom. This is the belt loop. I reinforced this. This is actually double thick. I got that tip from Howling Dingo. When he made Howling Dingo's, he's an Australian, no, I'm sorry, he's a Scotsman who lives in Australia, and he uses a lot of kangaroo hide, and he said that they used to make their sporin pouches by multiple layers of leather. So I reinforced this and then sewed this heavy leather on there to make the belt loop. So anyway, this is my kind of 18th century inspired bushcraft kit. You know, like I said, this is all modular. Sometimes I carry more. I've thrown a tarp or a poncho on here, so I had a tarp and shelter system, and that's pretty much it.